Maybe let's pivot a little bit, man. Let's talk about something that should be calming us down a little bit, and that is THC. Let's talk a little bit about Dan Patrick, who has reignited his quest, and he has an interesting investigative piece of journalism. For people who don't know, Dan Patrick is the lieutenant governor of Texas. People forget that, for years he was a radio guy in Houston. So he can do these pretty well. We've played a couple of clips of his kind of THC crusade in the past few years. But look, this is somebody who like has a good time with the camera and knows how to kind of put on a show. I'll give him that. And he's taken a special kind of focus on banning THC in Texas. Now, again, we don't have legal marijuana in this country, but like many other places, forms of THC have become available. And Dan Patrick has been wanting to ban it. Now, this is something I just really want to make explicitly clear, and we do every video. There is no popular consent, movement behind this. There's no group of people in Texas who are saying, "Hey, we want to ban THC." Like that's like something that they care about. And yet, this is something that Dan Patrick has made a priority time and time again. He made it a priority in the most recent ledge session where he passed it through the House and through the Senate, which he presides over. And Abbott basically vetoed it and said that he wanted it to be more explicit. He gave a very lawyerly answer, and we kind of got into the weeds of that, and I won't bore everybody with that today, but you can go and watch the video that we did 2 months ago on this issue on our channel. But he's still back at it, and in this ledge session, he's trying to push again for the banning of THC products. And one of the main things that I think has kind of infuriated people is his arguments around the THC is not just like, oh, it makes people lethargic. Oh, I don't think that this is like good for the soul and the mind and the work ethic of the good people of Texas. He's been pushing this idea that this THC is literally killing people. And we have this bit of, I guess you can call it investigative reporting. Might be a little too generous here. That might be fun for the audience to kind of check out. You want to play a little bit of this, Matt?
Governor, I have a startling video for you to watch today on what's really going on behind the scenes of these smoke and vape shops that have infiltrated our communities everywhere and around our schools, poisoning not just people under 21, but over 21. And you'll see why. They are selling the most high potency products you could buy anywhere from any drug dealer, because what's going on in these shops is really a drug deal. That's what the police have testified to. So the police department went into these random smoke shops, and here's what they found. In the first shop, you'll hear how they're talking to a beginner and how they're worried that, wow, you're going to buy this, you could die. In the second video, another, well, we'll sell you all you want. And by the way, do you want to pay tax on it or not? It depends if you want to take care of Uncle Sam or not. So they're breaking the law on that as well. And then the third video, once again, getting you as high as you can get. Now think about this, folks. These are shops that are supposed to be legitimate. They're not.
I mean, they sound pretty legit to me, but go on.
They're violating the law every day with drug deals. Watch.
I'm just looking to get high. Are the waxes, is that going to be like the best option for that?
Oh my God, you're going straight to the wax? You'll die.
I'll die?
I feel like dying.
Really?
You're straight doing the wax?
Yeah, I heard it was good.
Who the told you that? You're straight jumping to a wax?
Not a good option.
For real?
Why is that
You
not good?
kidding me? You're a beginner, right?
What?
You're a beginner.
Yeah.
Come in, and you want to start off with that wax?
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Okay.
Oh my God.
So not a good option? Okay.
He's a beginner, but wants to start with the wax.
Wait, wax?
Okay, and we can pause it here, Brad, because like this is so. First of all, I mean, we can jump around some of the other videos, but the first one, the first horrible example, is actually this person being fairly irresponsible, right? Like this is somebody who, instead of just pushing this on him, is saying like, "Hey, yeah, you're probably gonna have a bad experience if you use this. Maybe you should try something else if you're a beginner."
I mean, extremely valuable, like customer service there. That's a
Not trying to
responsible
push
merchant.
it, not trying to say, oh yeah, like trying to just push the sale because this guy says like, hey, no, this is some strong stuff. You might not enjoy it. I don't know. It's like that's. I think that's a nice thing. I think there actually probably are many operators in this country in places where marijuana is legal where they might not actually be that caring about some fellow who walked in off the street wanting to buy some wax from them or whatever.
The only thing that's notable is the exaggeration that it will kill you.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
gonna kill
exactly.
you. It's gonna make you want to die because you're gonna be so high you probably like feel like you're gonna be incontinent.
Well, that's why they put that one in there.
But like I could imagine like a bigger actual scandal would be like a person going in saying, I'm a beginner, can I get some of your most potent wax? And then be like, yeah, fine, $70.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Exactly. So, all right. So on the first one, and we can maybe jump to some of the later ones. Matt, you can just skip ahead of the video a little bit. He plays them all straight in the middle. But like, so the first one, I don't know. The charge there is that this lady's too nice, basically. And if you watch the whole thing, she basically refuses to sell him the wax, by the way, because she's worried about him. So first one, there's nothing there. We can maybe jump to one of the other ones.
What do you have that's going to get me? I guess the highest.
Which one? Terms of what?
Heard
Flowers, THC.
Heard dabs are good. Yeah.
You know that already?
Well, I don't. That's just what a buddy was telling me. How long does that last on that?
I do have to point out there was a cut there. So in terms of this evidence being sort of trial worthy, I'd have to ask why there was an edit made at that point where it sounded like the guy was going to do the exact same thing of being like, hey buddy, dabs aren't really the way to dip your toe into this. But
it's, I don't know, it's 3 grams, big quantity.
Okay. Basically looking for the one that's going to give me the highest. I don't know.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Well, if we're going to do that, then you're looking for the ones that have like a good concentration of HHC, because that's one of the main components in euphoria whenever it comes to getting.
Okay. Does this stuff compare to probably the stuff like I tried in Colorado? Like, I mean,
it is very strong. This one, I mean, this one is one of the strongest. I mean,
okay.
You will be extremely high.
Okay. All right, perfect.
I can't, like.
First of all, I want to just remind everybody that this is something that the police are doing, which is pretty good.
Also, it's not illegal to sell strong weed any more than it's illegal to sell strong booze. Like, imagine going into a liquor store being like, yeah, this will get me fucked up. It'd be the exact same conversation. Like, hey, if you're 21 and you haven't spent a lot of time drinking, maybe don't do absinthe, right? Like,
yeah, no. Morally, there's nothing there. And then, I mean, I want us to get to the Dan Patrick and Matt. We don't have to watch the rest of the videos. I will just kind of editorialize them for folks. What ends up happening here is this guy who's selling him the whatever they call it, the Delta 9 stuff. Says like, hey, if you pay with a card, it's gonna be more, because if you pay with cash, like, I'm not gonna pay taxes on it, right? Which is illegal. I will just say this: if the scandal and what Dan Patrick is interested in is making sure that corporations in Texas start paying taxes to the state, I'm right there with you, friend. Yeah. And I'll tell you that I oftentimes am told similar things when I buy barbecue across the state. That like, hey, if you just slip me some cash instead of using your debit card, it's going to be cheaper for you. Sometimes they're not as explicit as to why, but the reason is because they're trying to operate, cash transaction, which is illegal. Hey, fine. If that's what you all want to crack down on, go for it. Be my guest. But
dollar slice places in New York City.
Exactly. No, I mean, it's just like, the thing is that like what is supposed to scandalize us is that they're pushing drugs on the country that are extremely dangerous and harming people, and they can't find that, so they find some kind of low level tax fraud happening at a gas station in North Texas. But let's get Dan Patrick's kind of summation of this.
Also, I don't know, maybe I'm being a little bit too sensitive. It does seem like if these were white guys running this, stores and not like, I don't know, Middle Eastern or Southeast Asian, wherever they're from. I wonder if this has the same salience.
Well, in fairness, Patrick has, the video we played before where he was freaking about the gummies. Those were literally like vet-owned, company. So he's ready for it. But I don't think you're wrong. I don't think that there's a reason they don't put those guys in the videos.
Right. Here's the end where he brings it all home.
% of Republican primary.
Actually, yeah, and be quick on the pause because I actually have a point to make on this first thing he says.
Gotcha.
In a recent poll, over 70% of Republican primary voters support banning all THC products. They don't want any regulation. They want them gone from their neighborhood.
All right, so just pause it real quick, just because I think this is one extremely important. Because people ask, why is he doing this? What is going on? Texas is a state that has been so dominated for so long by the Republican Party that there really just is not a lot of Democratic input. And I don't mean the party there. I mean like the ideas and the hopes and the aspirations and the values of the people that live here. What ends up dominating politics in Texas is money. And there's plenty of money to be made off of these kind of operations. And the very, very small section of Texans who vote in the Republican Party primary. So there's a reason that he's talking. I mean, that's a very specific group of people to be talking about, right, Matt? And Dan Patrick is somebody who, if you ever listen to him, if you go to his press conferences, if you watch his press conferences, this is a guy who lives and dies by polls. And the polls that he's most interested in listening to are conservative Republican primary voters, not everyday Texans. But anyways, let's hear the rest of this.
And see why in this video. It's just a drug deal, as police have been saying time and time again. The Texas Senate has now...
Again, just like anytime you buy a beer, that's
or a
technically
coffee.
A drug deal.
Or coffee, exactly. or tobacco, yeah.
I'll pass the ban 3 times, and the Texas House passed it in the regular session. I asked you to distribute this video so that your friends, your neighbors, your family members know how dangerous
and we're doing our
these
part,
products are.
Mr. Patrick.
It could save a life. Send this video out.
Save a life? Like, who's dying? You have opioid deaths in this fucking
wax,
country.
Matt, if you do wax, you'll die. They,
Well, I mean, right from the horse's mouth there, I guess. So
he's one of those guys who thought Red Bull would give him wings.
Yeah, right. Yeah, gets a lawsuit.
Passed the ban 3 times, and the Texas House passed it in the regular session. I asked you to distribute this video so that your friends, your neighbors, your family members know how dangerous and potent these products are. It could save a life. Send this video out so that everyone sees what's happening.
Literally, the video that you have is this nice lady saying, "Don't buy this; you're not going to have a good time."
Yeah,
like your indicting video is like the nicest lady of all time. You're like, "Hey, you know what? You're going to have a bad time on this. Why don't you try something more your speed?" Cop, by the way, police, yes. Mr. Officer.
I mean, and the thing is like, no, you can't save a life with this.
The Texas Senate has now passed.
Nobody's life is in jeopardy from THC. That's a complete lie. Like, I mean, maybe if they're high working heavy machinery or something, but it's not going to, Oh, let's go back here.
Your session. I asked you to distribute this video so that your friends, your neighbors, your family members know how dangerous and potent these products are. It could save a life. Send this video out so that everyone sees what's happening.
Okay.
And support a ban on all THC products in Texas. We can't regulate. If you regulate, you legalize. If you legalize, you let these bad actors stay in business. That's why we support the ban. Thank you, and God bless.
Well, there you go. Any final thoughts on that, Matt?
I feel like smoking a giant bowl, to be honest.